inside the F-150. Alright, I'm going to do a little comparison here between the inside of the Ford F-150 and the inside of the Dodge Ram 1500. Little caveat on that is the Ram kind of burnt me, I guess I'd say. It's my radio. So a little slightly biased, but let's go through a few things here that I like better or worse about this versus the Ram. The instrument cluster here is pretty nice on the Ford. It was also pretty nice on the Ram. It was just different. I wouldn't say one's better or worse. These lines down here, those are your lane keep assist lines, and they light up green when it's sensing the lines, and red if you're going over left or right one of the lines. That's the adaptive cruise control, and see that line increasing and decreasing. That indicates how close or far you are behind the vehicle in front of you. Not an option on the Ram. An awesome option on the Ford. I like that feature quite a bit. This screen is nice the way it's configurable. You can shut off the auto start stop. You can kind of scroll through the different cameras. That's the front view. Yeah, I'm in my barn here, so that's just the plain front view. This is the wide angle to see like around a corner of the front. If we put it in reverse here, I have the tailgate down. It doesn't work too well with the tailgate down. So what else do I like and dislike? So this is kind of nice. Your four-wheel drive. You have the two-wheel, the four-wheel high, four-wheel auto, four-wheel high, four-wheel low, and if you pull this knob out, it engages the rear locking differential, which is kind of nice. I like that. Down here you can't really see very well, but this is the brake controller and the trailer backup assist. Just tried that today. It does work pretty slick. Over on this side here, these are the buttons to turn the lights on that they light up on the outside of the mirrors here. You see it on my hand here, but they're actually pretty bright, and I kind of like that feature. The other thing is that you can fold the mirrors in like this, and then those lights kind of shine down the side of your vehicle. So if you like drop your keys or something on the side of the vehicle, when you need to look, you can kind of angle the light a little bit, which is kind of nice. It has the automatic windows. You go up all the way with a little detent if you push it a little further on the switch there, or down. So did the Ram. That's really, I don't know, no better or worse. This does have the blind spot monitoring here. This little dot is pretty small, doesn't really catch your eye very well, and it's really sensitive. There might be a setting, I gotta look more, to reduce the sensitivity of that. I mean, if you're driving in city traffic or something, that thing's gonna be on all the time, because it's gonna say you're too close to pull into the lane, but really you don't have any option because everybody's tight, bumper to bumper, so you got to squeeze in. So I wish there was a way to decrease the sensitivity of that, which there might be. I just have not mastered the technology of this vehicle. There is quite a bit of technology in it. I'm still learning it. It does have the memory seats, 1, 2, 3. Ram only had 1 and 2. This has the pedals that go in and out, as did the Ram. So that's neither here nor there. But this, where is it? Right here. can't really see it too well. This is the steering wheel, in and out. Power steering wheel. Sinks it back in or pulls it out or up. That is not an option on the Ram. The Ram does not have telescopic steering wheel. It has manual tilt up and down, but not telescopic. I like that feature. I like the telescopic steering wheel. Storage is the big downfall of the Ford. The Ram had a glove box up here and a glove box down here. The Ford just has the one down here. Ram, the center console, didn't have this huge shifter lever. It has a knob to select the gear up here, which made a lot more room down here. Nice big storage, big cup holders. It was just configured better. This is kind of tucked up under here. That lever here, the shifter, is kind of in the way to get in and out of there from a visual aspect from the driver's seat and physical, I guess. So it's just not as much storage. The center console is rather cavernous, I guess. So is the Rams. They're both pretty big. Oh, I will mention this. I like this change way they do this change thing here. It is much easier to get your change in and out, especially in and out of this, than the way they do it in the Rams. The Rams kind of have a spring-loaded thing that pops up. You got to kind of push them down and in. It's a bit more of a pain. This does work well. There's a power outlet down in there. You probably can't see too well. My little cord running out to charge my phone. This has the Android Auto, but you gotta hook up a cord. A cord. Who wants to use a cord? That should be Bluetooth. Come on. So I haven't really mastered the whole Android Auto. There again, I just need more time to play with it. I'm not a super tech guy. I'm not bad with it, but I'm not great with it either. Usually it takes somebody explaining it, and then I got it. Does have 2 USB ports. See, look at the handles in the way. Down in there, which is good. But on the Ram Uconnect system, it's very easy to look up an address on your phone and send it to your truck, and then get in your truck and pull up automatically, and tell you if you ask if you wanted to go to that destination. That worked very well on the Ram. There is some sort of feature with Android Auto, I think, to do that in the Ford. I have not figured it out yet. So there again, I just need more time to play with it. This is kind of nice. The shifter selector, you can select the manual mode and do the shift selections, which is kind of nice. Or down here on the side of the shift column is a tow haul or sport mode. You put this thing in sport mode, and it's fast. I mean, it's pretty freaking fast. It would be close to my wife's Grand Cherokee with a Hemi in it, and that's a fast SUV. It might even be faster. I'm not sure, but at any rate, it's very fun to drive when you put it in that, and it makes a noticeable difference in the shift points. It especially decelerating, you notice it a lot. It keeps the RPMs higher and uses the engine to slow you down, and it raises the RPMs a lot higher when you're accelerating, and you're usually doing 60 or 80 before you know it. I mean, the blink of an eye. It's pretty awesome. What else can I say about the inside of this truck? Oh, I will say this. So, this is the garage door openers here. Notice I have this, right? I was only able to get one of my 3 garage doors to work, just this one. And you gotta be right on top of the frickin' door. I mean, you gotta be right there. This one, I can be much further away and hit this button and open the door versus this. So that's why I have it here. Because I hate waiting for the door to open. I like to hit the button as soon as I pull in the driveway, and by the time I back up to the garage door, I want it open so I can just go in. You can't do that with this thing. You gotta back up to like 5 feet of the door and then hit the button in order for it to sense it and open. Granted, this is an all metal barn, but still, the Ram, that wasn't the case. The Ram, I could pull in my driveway, way over there, hit the button. By the time I spun around and backed over here, the door was open. Little things like that. This is kind of nice. The sunglass thing up here on the top. Ram doesn't have that, so there's one slight storage advantage that the Ford has. But really, that's the only storage advantage. So let's go some other storage issues here, right? The 2 glove boxes I already mentioned. Let's look in the back. Let me show you that. In the back here, on the Ram, under the floorboards, you lift this up, and there's a nice storage compartment down under there. Nothing on the Ford. But Ford does have a little bit of storage back behind the seat here. And you can buy this kit, which I have bought, I have not installed yet, hasn't come, to make it so you can fold this this backrest down. There's a little thing that hooks down in there, and at any rate, you can buy that kit to make that do that, which I'm hoping will help. There's some extra storage back there. But man, is this nice. Look at all that room. There's tons of room on that floor. My dog has tons of room to get in here, turn around, sit down. I have a pretty big dog, 80-pound, boxer lab. He's not a small dog. He's got tons of room in here. And, I put this seat down, and there's just lots of leg room. Granted, I'm a short guy, so the driver's seat's kind of far forward compared to some of you other guys. But even if I put that seat all the way back, there's plenty of room in here. It does have rear heated seats. The rear seat is very comfortable. I don't sit back here hardly at all, obviously. I'm typically driving. A couple USB ports, 110, and then the standard 12 volt. But it has vents back here, which is nice. I really don't remember if the Ram did or not, so I'm not going to say for sure. This it's kind of nice here. This pops out, so it doesn't get in the way. Your armrest here, you don't have a big thing sticking up or anything. Really, the inside of this truck is pretty awesome. It's very comfortable. A lot of the controls are very easy. The only downside is storage of this truck. The other thing that's kind of nice is check this out. See these lights here, these LEDs back in here? They're all over the place. They're down in there. You can't really see them because it's light out. But you can change the colors of those. It's kind of cool. Ram doesn't have that option. It's under your settings, I believe. Yes, ambient light. So you got all those color options to change up your mood, I guess. Right now it's that color. You can change it to red, or ice blue, or orange, soft blue, green, purple, whatever floats your boat. So that's kind of nice. I like that. But all in all, I do like the inside of this truck. I like the screen, how it does like 3 things here. The Ram is not set up like that. It's more just one thing. I liked on the Ram, on the back side of the steering wheel right here, right back here on both sides, was some controls. Your volume control, and to change the radio station were on the back, which is kind of nice. I mean, that's where your fingers land when you're holding the steering wheel. That's kind of a nice feature, but Ford doesn't have that. This is all your adaptive cruise control stuff. Really nice. I'm not going to get too much into the voice recognition, that kind of stuff, because I just haven't played with it that much. I don't know how good or bad it is. So that's my round 1 here of the inside of the F-150 versus the Dodge Ram. They're both nice. It's it's just kind of tit for tat. The little things. This has a little bit more technology in some spots than the Ford, or than the Ram rather. Kind of nice here. You can see your angle if you're going off road or even towing up a big hill and you're wondering how steep the grade is. That's kind of neat to know how steep it is. Like my driveway is a 4% grade. I didn't even know that until I got this truck. So I guess that's pretty much it on my little comparison of the interior of the F-150 versus the Dodge Ram. Oh, one other thing I'll mention. See these hooks here? Yeah, those are nice. They're on the sides in the Ram, or in the Ford here. On the Ram, they're on the back. And it's very hard to hang your stuff up back there, and it blocks your view. Or maybe there even wasn't any. Yeah, there was something I didn't like about it on the Ram. But at any rate, I like it better the way it's set up on this Ford. So, just a lot of little nitpicky things. The flat floor in the rear is really nice. It's way better than the way that they do that in the Ram. The Ram has little things that, you got to flip up the seat, and then you fold down a little platform that makes it flush. It worked okay. I mean, my dog was alright, happy back here. But this is definitely a lot better for that aspect. So, I guess that's it. See ya.